All right, Shalom. I'm going to start by saying, call law, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach. Hold on. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Hold on. This shit still bugging me. Hold on. You looking at? Shit. Fuck it. Yep. So yeah. Like I said, call law, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honor to the powers of aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right. So Lord will be edifying. And I believe I did a video on a similar topic, but the Spirit compels me to do it again. So basically, like the title of the video goes, it says, man's earliest documented history aligns with the scriptures. Now, obviously, what's going on right now in present day, the Lord had in his scriptures as well. The Lord said what he declared the end from the beginning. But there's a little something because, like as far as my personal, being a firm believer into scriptures comes with the topic I'm talking about right now. So the when you go into history, the history, as you know, in the scriptures, it have historical figures, if you will, in the Bible. Historical empires, Rome, Greece, Assyria, Persian, Egyptians, Babylonians, so on and so forth. Now, it doesn't have American, but through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, we know that America is what? The daughter of Babylon, which is also in the scriptures. Bet. So when you unpack everything, because like if you go in like man, as far as man goes, they talk about everybody on the earth right now. Every single person on the earth right now, every nation, every race, every creed or people that you could think of came from 8 souls. Noah and his sons. Noah's sons, 3 sons, basically, right? That you can't disprove that. Because Esau has it to where like, yo, I looked up something that says something about some homeless something. It was like something built 1 or 2 billion years ago that they discovered these people. So like, yo, who the fuck is that? And where's their documents? Where's their writings? Where's anything that they left to show that they existed? You couldn't find none. There is none. Because why? That would make the Most High lie, which Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI cannot. Lord said what? He cannot lie. So as much as the lies that Esau puts out here, this truth is still there as well. But you have to know where to look. Because remember, what the devil's thing was, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. So all you got to do is open up some books. Mainly the scriptures, the Holy Bible, which is the ultimate book to open up. And then it's ultimately, you have to have understanding from heaven, from the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Now, matter of fact, I'm going to read the scriptures first. And I'm going to filter the scriptures with the history. And this is on Esau's Google, by the way, so hold on. It's 15. Now, that's the book of Genesis chapter 7. I'm going to start from the top and I'm jump down. So the book of Genesis chapter 7 verse 1, and it says, and the Lord said unto Noah, come down and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. But he says this generation of what? Humans, man. Yeah, remember, the Lord killed everyone. Everything that walked upon the earth, aside from the ones in the ark, everybody died, including man. And it says in verse 2, it says, of every clean beast, thou shalt take to thee by 7s the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. So take the clean beast, 7 by the males, and his female. So 7 are clean of both genders, and a pair of the unclean, right? And it says, of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. To keep seed alive upon all the face of the earth. What seed? Man's seed as well. That's the part, that's what Noah and his sons were, the seed of man. There were no other men. There's no other documents of something before these guys. I don't give a fuck what these scientists, what these historians, if they say anything but before the flood, there's documents of things before the flood, that motherfucker is lying. Because the Heavenly Father's not a liar. So yeah, so it said to keep seed alive upon all the face of the earth. Talk about the fowls, right? Now in verse 4 he says, now remember, this is what the Lord is telling Moses to write. You remember, Moses wrote the first 5 in the book, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, right? So in verse 4 it says, Genesis 7:4, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Every living substance that he have made will he destroy from off the face of the earth. Right? So that's including man, humans, whatever you want to call it, people. Human beings. Aside from Noah and his 3 sons and their wives. And it says verse 5, and it says, and Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth, right? So, Noah was 600 years old, and the Lord told Noah, look, do this, what I told you, get these animals, get these fowls, because I am about to destroy everything aside from what you bring in the ark off the face of the earth, right? And it says verse 7, and it says, and Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. And it says, verse 8, and it says, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. That creepeth upon the earth. Now this is in the book of Genesis. The beginning. And it says, verse 9, it says, there went in two unto Noah, and into the ark, the male and the female, as Yahawah had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And in okay, so yeah, and it says in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Right? And it says, Genesis 7:12, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. 8 souls. Noah, his wife, 2. And the other 6 are Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and their 3 wives. Well, their wives, which was also 3 individuals. So you had Noah and his wife, which is 2. 1, 2, 3, Noah's sons. 1, 2, 3, his sons' wives. That's it. That's all who made it. That's where civilization was at that time. That's when civilization was ended, except for them. And it says, verse 14, it says, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. So this is all the flesh that was saved. All the flesh that walked, creeped upon, flew upon the earth, fowls, beasts, insects, whatever, humans. This is all the flesh that was reserved in the time of the destruction. Now, we're coming into the time now, the second death, where the Lord said what? He wasn't going to destroy the earth again with the flood, but this time it's fire, and he has another set of souls and flesh he's going to deliver, which is 144,000, and they are elect. And then the rest of the 1/3 of the chosen elect of Israel. Now, you're going to have the other nations that's going to make it and not going to get destroyed over here in America, because America's going to be completely destroyed. So whoever's left here, you'll have the people delivered out of here, And then you want to have the rest of the people, 2/3 of Israel, and the rest of whoever's left, whatever heathen wanted to stay, whatever have you, that's left here in America is going to be completely burnt the hell up, right? But going back to the beginning of the flood, because this is one of the things that made me like, yo, this made me like, oh yeah, this is the truth. Because as far as you dig back, you can't find anything like documents or anything written in a time before Noah. But continuing on, oops, went dark. Okay, so verse 16, it says, and they went in, this is Genesis chapter 7, verse 16, it says, and they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Yahawah had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. All flesh that survived, right? Verse 17, it says, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bear up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. So that's how high the waters got. It said it's lifted above the earth, right? And it rained for 40 days, 40 nights. And mind you, remember, this is the first time it actually physically rained on the earth, because the time when it was moisturizing the ground, it was called, you had a morning dew. That's how the moisturization came on the earth. But and it says, verse 18, it says, and the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. Verse 19, and the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. So the water covered everything, right? Covered. 15 cubits upward did the water prevail, and the mountains were covered. Now, verse 21, now here's where it gets good. Now, here's where these devils try to make the Most High a liar, because if what they talk about they discovered was true, that would make this a lie, but that's impossible. You cannot make the Heavenly Father, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, a liar. Okay? So, this is the book of Genesis chapter 7, verse 21, and it reads, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. Every man. This is in the time of Noah. Few thousand years, some thousands of years ago. Not no billions of years ago, none of that shit. That was just a few thousand years ago. Right? Now, however, remember the Lord is innumerable, but like the Lord said that, he formed everything in the earth. So like no one could say like, yo, you can't put an age on how long before we got here, how much stuff was around and without void. But the main ground is the earth is a few thousand years old according to man documentation and us being upon the earth. All right. And it says there, and all flesh died. So said verse 21 again. So Genesis 7 and 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of every beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. So every beast, every fowl, every man, all that flesh was killed aside from Noah and his sons. And it says verse 22, all of whose nostrils was the breath of life, all that was in the dry land died. So in all whose nostrils was the breath of life, so all who had the spirit of life and breathing and whatnot that could exist died. Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, right? So verse 23, it says, and every living substance was destroyed that was upon the face of the earth, face of the ground, both man and cattle and the creeping things and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark, which was his wife, his sons, and their wives. Everybody else, all humans died. So there's no humans that was before that survived the flood. It was that the Lord said the Father of spirits. There were no other humans around. The Lord said he killed everybody. Every living substance. Let's see what the word substance is. Real quick. Damn, this shit don't charge for shit. Oops. So the definition of substance is divine. It says substance from from the 1300s. Substance is divine part or essence, common to the persons of the Trinity. Well, you know, that's bullshit. And philosophy and theology, that which exists by itself, essential nature, type or kind of thing, real or essential part. So basically anything. So the Lord say destroy all substance, right? So let's go back to the scripture. So the Lord said, and every living substance was destroyed, which is upon the face of the ground. So every living substance. So if it was man and they wrote something, that means the Lord still destroyed it, because that's still the substance of that flesh and of those people. The Lord destroyed it all. The flood destroyed everything. Remember, and you know, I used to do things with insurance adjusters where one of the worst damages was water damage. You have these flood. You have a flood. You know, floods still happen, and what happens to everything that's flooded? It's destroyed and unsalvageable. So that's the same thing that happens what the Lord did to all the people on the earth. He flooded everybody. He drowned everyone. So all the flesh, everything was destroyed that was left except for Noah, his sons, and all the animals that the Lord had Noah put on the ark. All right? And it said, and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. 150 days. So now that's the flood of Noah. So Noah's sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Let's go into Genesis chapter 9. And it says, Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. And Yahweh blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Let's see what replenish means. Oops. Fuck. Okay. So the word replenish means from the mid-14th century, it says to provide with food or drink, also riches, beauty, etc. Extended present participle stem. It says to fill up. To fill up, which means what? The Lord said what? Tell you and your son to fill up the earth. And it says to fill repeatedly, thus fill completely, so on and so forth. So basically to fill up. So the Lord said what? And it says, and Yahweh blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, and fill up the earth. Because the word replenish means fill up. And it says, in the fear of you, actually no, that's a... So jump down to verse 7. So this is Genesis chapter 9, verse 7, and it reads, and you, be ye fruitful. This is Noah speaking to his sons. And it says, and you, oh, sorry, this is the Lord speaking still, excuse me. And it says, and you, be ye fruitful and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. So the Lord is telling basically Noah and his sons to, get busy, reproducing the earth, repopulate the earth. Remember, everyone died except for them. Which means what? That the earth was repopulated by cousins. That's another can of worms that people don't want to talk about. Okay? Continuing on. Okay, so yeah, verse 8, and it says, and Yahweh spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I behold, verse 9 says, and I behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. So this is how the earth was repopulated with humans. This is where everybody comes from. Every single being walking the earth comes to these men. Noah and his sons, mainly his sons. Because it goes into the genealogy of his son. But it also, Noah had sons too, but it talks about the nations coming from Noah and his sons. Really keying in on the sons though. But either way, it's the same thing. And it says, verse 10, it says, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. Verse 11, and I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall any more be a flood to destroy the earth. But what are we in now? What's going to destroy the earth now? The fire. Nuclear fire. Then the fire Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is bringing to the earth. Now it talks about when the rainbow, I set a bow. So when you jump down to verse 17, verse 18, it says, Genesis chapter 9, verse 18, and it says, and the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Canaan. Now, this is very important. And Ham is the father of Canaan, right? These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Period. It says Noah, and the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Was the whole earth overspread. So this is how the earth was repopulated, right? Now this talk. Now the next bit of verses goes into when Cain saw Ham saw the nakedness of Noah, and then Canaan was cursed, be Canaan, right? And it talks about the blessing going to Shem in verse 26. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 28, and it reads, because I want to stay on a certain topic. But keep in mind, the father of Ham is the father of Canaan, right? That's why he emphasized that because of what Ham did when he saw Noah's nakedness after he was drunk and passed out, he saw his nakedness. And it says, and Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950, and he died. So Noah was 950 years old, and then he died. Now it says, this is now in the next chapter, Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. And it reads, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were the sons born after the flood. Sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, okay, talk about them. So now let's go to verse 6. Now these are the sons of Ham. Now remember that what? Ham was the son of Canaan. Who the the first rulers and documented? The Hamites. The sons of Canaan, sons of Cush, so on and so forth. The Babylonians were the Hamites. This lineage is talking about. So, excuse me, and it says, Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. Now Mizraim were the Egyptians. Okay? And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, Sabta, and Ramah, and Sabtaka. And the sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Now, verse 8. Here where it gets good. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babal, and Erech, and Akkad, and Callan, and the land of Shinar. Babylon. Now that brings me into this. I googled the first I think I googled like the first documented human civilization, things to that effect. Now what came up, it says this is National Geographics, and it says what? It's key components to civilization. Key components to civilization. Now, the article in this, it's now, it says civilization. Civilization describes a complex way of life that came about as people began to develop networks of urban settlements. The earliest civilizations developed between 4000 and 3000 BC. That says BCE before Common Era, whatever. That's a little, but BC, same shit, right? And who's BC? Before who is C? They call him Christ, but his name is YAHAWASHI. They should put BY. But anyway, it says when the rise of agriculture and trade allowed people to have surplus food and economic stability. Many people no longer had to practice farming, allowing a diverse array of professions and interests to flourish in a relatively confined area. But it said what? Developed between 4,000 and 3,000 BC, right? So, Yahawashi, we're about what? It's 2024 now, right? So that's what? Roughly like, a few thousand, like 7,000 almost. Like, I don't know the exact number. I didn't do the math. But we're talking about 6,000 to 7,000. When you talk about documented, man. Now, it says civilizations first appeared in Mesopotamia, what is now Iraq. Now, brothers have said for many odd years, the land that is known as Iraq now is also the land that was also known as ancient Babylon. Nimrod was ruling in what? Babel also is what? Babylon. After the flood. That it said Ham begot Cush. No, that's I want to butcher it. Yeah, and the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim and Phut and Canaan. And it's in verse 8 it says Cush begot Nimrod. So Cush was Ham's son, which means what? Nimrod was Ham's grandson. If I said that right. Yes. Nimrod was Nimrod was Noah's grandson. Boom. That's how the scriptures align with history and man's first documented history. That's in the scriptures. Genesis, the 10th chapter. It says, oops, wrong one. It says civilizations first appeared in Mesopotamia, what is now Iraq, which is also what? Also with the ancient Babylon. Babel. Also is Babylon. That's it. This is the truth. There's no documented history that Esau or no other nation has prior to the flood. All their history starts after the flood. Now, they have stuff, like the scriptures is the only thing that really has any documented proof of what took place before the flood, which was given to Moses to write from who? The Heavenly Father, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Esau don't have no information prior to the flood of any civilizations, any people, what they wrote, anything, what they was doing. No, he doesn't. No one does. Oops. Went dark in here. Now, it says, so civilizations first appeared in Mesopotamia, what is now Iraq, and later in Egypt. Egypt is what? The time of Moses now. The same people. It said that Ham begot Cush, Canaan, Mizraim. Mizraim are the Egyptians. Hamites. So-called Africans. Right? And it says, what is now Iraq, and later in Egypt. Civilizations thrive in the Indus Valley by about 2500 BC, in China by about 1500 BC, and in Central America, what is now Mexico, by 1200 BC. So just a couple thousand years before Yahawashi was born. That everybody's still after the flood. China, Moab come from Shem. Mexico, Issachar, that's Israel, that comes from Jacob. Who's come from who? Abraham, which also comes after the flood. After everybody comes after Noah. And it says civilization ultimately develops on every continent except Antarctica. So there you go. There you go. And this is from the National Geographic Education. National Geographic. I don't know if you can see it. Shit. What does it say? It says key civilization, key components of civilization. And it says civilization. This is what I read. Or you could Google it. Just Google first documented human civilization, so on and so forth. National Geographic is going to say something about Mesopotamia, which is also what? Babylon, which is also now what? Iraq. There's nothing you can find that goes prior to that. There's no documentation. There's no nothing. The Lord said he destroyed every living substance. Everything was destroyed prior that was around prior of the flood. It was all destroyed, including man. So there's no civilizations out there that's billions of years old, hundreds of billions of years old. No fucking people nobody survived the flood except for Noah and his sons. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Not me saying it. This is the scripture say. And history aligns with it. History actually proves that the Bible is the truth. And all the bullshit lies that Esau puts on the same internet. The truth is right there. Right there. And it goes into, other shit, just... They say key components of civilization, but that was the main point right there. And it says Mesopotamia. So what? It says the earliest civilizations developed between 4,000 and 3,000 BCE, before Common Era, but you could just say BC, but what? Before Yahawashi. So before Yahawashi walked the earth, the Babylonians was a few thousand years prior. And then came Noah. And then came Shem, and then came down the line Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all the other nations was in the midst of all that, and then now we are here. The same bloodlines is all walking through that earth. Noah and his sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. That's it. There's no one else. There's nobody else. The Lord said it. He destroyed every living substance, every thing that creeped upon the earth, including man. All flesh. Except for Noah and all the animals that was on the ark. Save for he that was all on the ark. It's in the book of Genesis. That's the truth. You can't debunk it. You can't disprove it, and no historian has either. This is National Geographic. These are historians that do these researches and all that. So even the historians' research aligns with the scriptures saying that there's no really civilization around that was around before Noah that's still existing. That's it. Same. So with that, Lord willing is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom. Oh, also too, I did look up something before where they talk about billions of years old, but then it didn't say people. It would talk about rocks. But that's whatever. You can make up some bullshit about rocks. So yeah, this rock is billions of years old. But like, I didn't get too much of it. I'm talking about as far as man goes. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.